What's up, loves? What's up, loves, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's video, I'll be taking you guys through the lessons that I learned in my early 20s. In life, of course, I'm still in my mid-20s, guys, but I have a few lessons that I've learned and it's a few lessons that I've picked up on my journey. So I feel like it's important for me to share them. It may help you to get one or two things and also understand you, for you to also understand if you're on the same journey. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for clicking the video. Hope you're doing well. So without further ado, let's get into the video. The first point is self-discovery. Guys, self-discovery, it's like, the process of knowing yourself. It's knowing your passion, knowing your interest. It's important in your early 20s for you to take time to know yourself. I feel like when you are not, it actually takes time, because during all that time you have been alone, you are still mixed up in some things, but it's okay not. I'm looking over here, guys. I have my notes written, so don't worry if I look over here. I have my notes. So it's okay not to have everything figured out, guys. It's okay, like, I know sometimes you might have that pressure, maybe you're in school, you're like, okay, well, which career am I going to do, what path am I going to go in? If you're like, okay, is this relationship going to work, is this my marriage, you're thinking about family, guys, just take it slow and take it one day at a time. Sometimes it's okay not to be okay, and that's the journey, and that's the beauty of life. You don't have to be okay all the time. You don't have to be certain about things all the time. Sometimes you have to learn to be not okay, and not okay is also okay. It's okay not to be okay. You can't be 100% okay, and that's okay too. You might be going through something, you might be going through family issues, you might be going through sibling issues, you might be going through school, finances. You have to go through that process for you to get better. So guys, take it easy, and it's okay not to be okay. Another on the self-discovery, I also feel like it's important for you to take time to learn your passion, to learn your interests, some of the things that interest you, and you can do that by involving or engaging yourself into different things. If you like, you can, for example, sports, you can get into different type of sports for you to figure out, okay, I love basketball more than soccer, or I love soccer more than basketball. It's in your early 20s, get into many skills as possible. Engage yourself in many skills as possible, so that it may help you to get to know your interests and to get to know your passions. If you're a girl, you can engage yourself in makeup, beauty classes, painting hair. You can engage yourself with fashion, and try to see actually where you in what field you actually like. Even if it's social media content creation, you can also try that out. So I feel like in self-discovery, it's important for you to go through that process. It's also spending time alone helps you understand who you really are. Like in your 20s, sometimes you might be crowded, that you just go with the wave. You have friends, you have a lot of friends, you're partying, you're doing this then this and that, which is not helping you. Sometimes it's good to take time alone. I think I had talked about being alone in another video, how it helped me to understand myself better. And I feel like being in your 20s, it's important for someone to spend time alone, because when you're spending time alone, that's when you know your passion. When you're spending time alone, that's when you learn things, because when you're always surrounded with crowds, your judgment is crowded, your thinking is crowded. You might not necessarily, it may take you longer for you to discover yourself, because if you're always with someone, if you're always with your friend, if you're always with your parents, you are not independent, you're not doing things alone. You 24 hours, if you know how you want to, if you want to gauge yourself, if you are actually alone in 24 hours, who are you surrounded with? Who do you talk to? They might not be there physically, but you might be talking to them. So make sure that you have some time alone. Make sure you have some time alone, because during that alone time, that's where you're going to grow, that's where you're going to learn, that's where you're going to self-love. because you know you need to love yourself if you and heal those traumas that you went through, heal those childhood traumas that you went through. In another video, guys, if you guys are interested, I might do the video on I might do a video on, sorry guys, if you guys are I'm saying if you guys are interested, I might do the video on healing your childhood traumas or childhood experiences, you know, for bettering yourself. You can comment down below. The second point that I learned is personal growth. You know, I learned that growth comes from stepping out of your comfort zone. That's true. You know, you can't just be comfortable. I think that's self-explanatory. Personal growth comes from stepping out of your comfort zone. You can't be just there being lazy. Like I talk about myself, guys. Like with me and with my weight, guys, I said I'm going to work on it. I've not yet started, but I'm dedicating myself this coming week that I actually need to. And you need to work on your comfort zone. You know, my comfort food is sugar, cookies, biscuits, and all that. And at the end of the day, me doing that, I'm not it's not benefiting me. It's doing more harm than good to me. I might enjoy the cookie, I might enjoy the chocolate, but it's doing more harm than good to me. So growth comes from stepping out of your comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone. Don't be shy. If you want to start content creation, just do it. You know, pick up your phone, just record. You know, if you actually want to join that game in school, just do it. Step out of your comfort zone. Things that you won't do normally, step out of your routine, because when you do that, you actually find out you have new passions, you engage new friends, you engage new things, more opportunities come to you when you step out of your comfort zone, guys. I'll tell you that out of experience. So in another point of personal growth means that failure is a necessary part of success. Failure is necessary. You know, sometimes you might want to do A, B, C, D, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it will succeed. So guys, failure is a part of success. So you don't have to say that, okay, thinking that everything will be smooth. You're not in Summerland, guys. You're not in Wonderland. Life is lifing, and you know, sometimes what you had planned may not happen. And you know, so if failure is part of success, don't just fail and give up. Don't just fail and feel like, okay, you're the only person who you're going through it. That's why, guys, I'm going back to my first point. That means you need to experience, you know, get out of the house, get out of that. Just try, do that business that you're thinking. Just try. If it fails, it's okay. You already learned from it. You have something to say. So when someone else, okay, what happened, you will have an experience to share. Don't just live a basic life of routines, guys. The last point on personal growth is setting boundaries is a form of self-care, guys. As you guys know, I learned that the hard way, and if you guys want me to share that my experience with setting boundaries, I'll repeat it again, though in my previous video I feel like I had talked about it, and it says setting boundaries is a form of self-care, guys. I won't go too much deep on it because I have talked about it, but get to learn to set boundaries. Set boundaries with your friends, set boundaries with your parents, set boundaries with your family, set boundaries at work. Everyone you engage with, make sure you set boundaries. Don't be shy. Don't feel like, oh, okay, I'm not setting boundaries, because at the end of the day, you're doing more harm than good to yourself. You know. Sorry guys, I'm taking some hot water as usual. So yeah, so make sure you set boundaries. If you guys want to know more about setting boundaries, you can click back on the video on the previous video and watch it, but it's important for you guys to set boundaries. The third lesson that I learned is on relationships. And the first point is, not everyone you meet will stay in your life forever, and that's okay. I had to learn that the hard way, guys. You know, I'm an attached person. I'm an attached human being. You know, I used to be the person who wants to be in Wonderland all the time. I think me and my friends will be riding and rocking. You know, we'll be texting, we'll be calling. You know, the person that I'm with will never change, will never leave, you know. I don't know, sometimes when you're young, you live in that space, in that cocoon where you're like, okay, life is not changing, life is not going to change, it's you and that person till the end, you know how close it is. But for some people it works, but I'm going to tell you guys at the end of the day that not everyone you meet will stay in your life, and that's okay. Learning to let go, guys. I feel like I actually need to do a video on learning to let go. If you guys are interested, please also comment down below, because I've also had to learn to let go. You need to learn to let go. Some people, there are seasons for everything. Even in the Bible it says there's season to cry, season to weep, you know, season to have friends and season not to, season for that person to be in your life and season not for them to be in your life the other year. Like, they're seasonal friends. Sometimes God can put people in your life for just a certain period of time for only that reason, but sometimes as human beings you might want to drag it out. You know, God kept that person maybe for 1 year or only for the school purpose, but now as you want to drag it, school, hair, work, marriage, you know. And like, for those seasonal friends, you get, it does more harm than good. It's not hard for you to identify someone that's meant to be in your life. So learning to let go, it's okay. When someone has done, because you're setting boundaries, and when you set your boundaries and when your boundaries have been crossed, learn to let go. Learn to be okay being alone. That's why in the first point of self-discovery, I said, sorry guys. That's why on the first point I said, spending time alone helps you understand who you really are. Because if you really spend time alone and you have set boundaries, even when that person leaves, you'll be like, you crossed my boundary, I have nothing else to say. Like, you know, hope you guys are understanding, hope you guys are enjoying the video, hope you guys are learning a few things or two. The next point is quality over quantity. Quality, guys, over quantity. Quality friendships over quantity. You need quality friendships, guys. You know, sometimes you'll be like, oh, quality over quantity, but it also applies in friends, guys. You don't need to have a big circle. You don't need to have 5 friends, 10 friends, 15 friends. For what? You know, when we talk about friends, you really don't, actually, the more you grow old, the more you realize you don't actually have time to deal with those people. Not in a bad way, but you actually don't have time. Friendship, it takes time, because you need to talk to them, you need to visit them, you need to be there on their birthdays, you need to be there when they're sad, you need to make dates with them, go on a date with your friends, you know. So if you have, like, let's say, like, if you have like 10 friends, how many dates are you going to go in a month? You're spending money. Where is your loyalty lying to? Well, you know, like, it's costing time, it's costing money. How many stories do they have to call you, everyone, and update you on their life? You know, so quality, not quantity of friendship. You don't need 15 friends, you don't need 10 friends. 1 or 2 friends are enough. The people on, you know, someone that you need friends, but just have in quality friends, someone that you know for sure, you know, this one is my person, but not having friends that are not even necessary. Like, you know, sometimes I feel like sometimes we are the ones who drag things, and then at the end of the day you come back and say, oh, my friends betrayed me, my friends did this and that, my friend did this and that. But at the end of the day, you're the one who did not identify that person in your life, set a boundary in your life, and also know what type of friendship do we have. It can be a work friend, it can be a close friend, it can be a best friend, it can be just a friend going for shopping with, you know. You can have different type of friends. And for me, what I learned, I'll be like, I'll have friends, but I'll know we are not that close, but you're my friend, you know. When I have schoolwork and all that, that's not using people, it's just setting that's where the setting the boundary points come in. So in the relationship point, guys, make sure that you have quality over quantity, and also make sure that you have good communication with all even with all with all the people. Communication is key. Sometimes you might especially in any relationship, if it's a platonic relationship, it's whatever relationship it is, communication is key. Make sure you communicate. Whatever relationship that you are in, if it's a home, if it's family relationship, whatever, communication is key. I'll move on, guys, to the fourth lesson that I learned on my 20s, and that's on the financial lesson. The financial lesson, the first point is starting saving. Saving is important. Saving is important, guys. You know, can you guys believe in my age right now? I'm only 25, guys. I don't have any savings because it for me it didn't make sense at that time. But now that I'm older, I'm like, guys, I actually need to learn the art of saving, and I'm actually working on it this year. If you went, guys, through my goals for 2025, you know that's one of my goal of 2025, and I know at the end of the year I'll have achieved it, guys. So start saving wherever you are, because for me I feel like I had a lot of money in campus. I had a lot of in high school, not really, but in campus I had a lot of money, and I just squandered it doing nothing. So if you can start early, start saving early, the better for you. So start saving early. Know your spending habits. There are different types of spending habits. I can also take you guys through those types of money personalities, and also take you guys through them. If you guys are interested, you can comment down below. I had to learn that because I was wondering, why can't I save? Where is my money going? I have money but I'm not using it, but I can't see it because I'm spending it. I'm impulse buy, and I had to take time to learn my personality on money, and I'm going to share it with you guys if you guys are interested. So spending habits, know your spending habits. If you're an impulse buying person, leave that card behind, leave that cash behind. You don't need to carry it. Leave that money behind. Okay, sorry guys, I've gotten distracted. Another point on financial lesson that I learned is budgeting is more important. Like I actually learned about budgeting and planning last year, and I've been working on budgeting, and it has actually been helpful, and it has actually improved my financial skills. Budgeting is important, guys. You need to know how to budget. You need to write the plan. I can show you guys. Let me show you guys a list of things that, like, for instance, when I want to go somewhere, when I want to go maybe to the supermarket or Walmart, I always have a list. The things that I've ticked is already the things that I bought, and some of the things here I didn't manage to get them. So make sure that you always have a shopping list. Always have things that you actually need to. You see, even here I have some home essentials. I have some, things that I actually need. I actually budget for them, and I write them down. So every time that I go to shop, I go with this book. You see, it states here. So when I buy, I tick. When I buy, I tick. When I buy, I tick. So budgeting is important, guys. Make sure that you learn to budget. If you are not planning to use the money to do ABCD, just don't do it. You just save the money, guys. The money is yours. You don't have to buy unnecessary stuff that you didn't actually plan to, and you just get to find it's a waste of time. Hope you guys are learning something. On my fifth point, guys, that I learned on my early 20s is the health and well-being. Health and well-being, not just physical health, but also mental health. It's important, and my physical health is also important. I actually didn't think that my physical health is important until late last year, 2024. Late last year, that's when I actually realized, you know what, my health is actually important. My health is actually going to affect my future. If I don't take time to take care of myself, it's going to actually affect my future. It's going to affect, you know, my husband, whoever, my children, my family, and that's a serious thing. So if I actually had started early, if I had started earlier taking care of my health and my eating habits, it will help me. But it's not too late, so that's what I'm working on this year. So I would like guys, for you guys also to take time on knowing that health is important. Physical and mental health. Take care of your mental health, guys. I say this year, choose peace. Whatever happens, choose peace. Choose silence and choose peace. Walk in silence. You know, sometimes we have those goals that are written, you know, I want A, B, C, D. No, but choose peace. You can't work when you're not peaceful. That relationship won't thrive when you're not peaceful. Anything you do won't thrive when you're not peaceful. You know, so 2025, choose your health, choose your mental health. And if any of you guys are in need of a counselor, are in need of a psychologist, you can also reach out to me on my email or reach out to me on the comments down below, and I'll contact you guys. So on the point of health and well-being is, I learned that sleep is non-negotiable to me. Like, because I was in school, I was so stressed, especially during exams time. But I learned that, you know what, if I'm tired, I need to actually rest. Because even if I'm not reading, I'm reading and I'm not understanding. So sleep is also non-negotiable. And on the part of health, exercising and eating well are investments in your future self. That's self-explanatory. Exercising and eating well are investments in your future. Guys, by now you guys already know that point. Sorry guys. And I'll get on to the next point. My sixth point, guys, is life perspective. Comparison is the thief of joy. Focus on your journey. Life perspective. Comparison is the thief of joy. Focus on your own journey. Guys, I had this problem because I always wanted to see, because I had so many friends, not so many, but I crowded myself with so many people around me. So it's also attached to some of my childhood traumas or childhood experiences that I went through. Not necessarily bad things, okay guys, don't overthink it, but some of the experiences that I went through when I was younger made me like this. And also with having a lot of friends, when you also have a lot of friends, you just start comparing yourself and you lose it, because you have 15 friends, or let's say guys, you have 10 friends. Every person is doing ABCD with their lives. There's a season where someone is in a relationship, another one is not. This one has this one doesn't have that. This one has come up with this, you know, and you maybe in that season in your life, things are not moving as fast as you would wish them to be. So comparison is the thief of joy. If you start comparing yourself with them, or you know, okay, it's not that you're feeling you don't envy them, but you're like, okay, my things are not moving, you won't be able to move, because at the end of the day, you won't be there for that person. When someone is sharing something with you, you won't be physically there. You'll just be like, oh, okay, but in the back of your mind, you are comparing, and that's what I'm saying. Comparison is the thief of joy. Guys, don't do that. Just be comfortable where you are, and if you're not comfortable, work on getting better. You know, be like, okay, it's okay not to be okay, but I'm working on getting where I need to be. On another point on life perspective is, time moves fast. Cherish the moments with loved ones. You know, I had to learn that, not the hard way, but I just had to learn that sometimes. I learned that last year, and I felt like it's a very useful tool to me, because when I used to start school, I'd be like, you know, and when I need to go home, I need to actually spend time with my family. If I'm going there with my parents, I actually need to take time to spend time with them, not just being there physically, but if you're with your parents, you just don't want to be there physically, you need to be there emotionally, you need to be there psychologically. Take time to know them, take time to engage with them, you know. And I feel like that's a very important thing, because sometimes you might be taking things or people for granted, thinking that they are going to be here all the time. Guys, as you guys know, some people lost their loved one, so make sure you cherish your loved one when you have them. Another thing on life perspective is adaptability is a superpower. Being able to adapt, being flexible. I also talked about this on the other video. I'm not going to drag it out for too long. And my last point, guys, is gratitude is a must. You know, gratitude is a must. Celebrate the small wins. Celebrate the small wins. The small wins build momentum for the big wins. Don't just be there. Okay, like when you do ABCD and it's a small win, celebrate it. You know, it builds the momentum for the big wins. Don't be, because the more you celebrate, you have gratitude, the more it boosts your momentum. You know, okay, now I want to achieve this and this and this. But you know, the moment you don't see them, it can even be more stressful, because you just, I want to achieve this. But can you learn to enjoy the journey? Can you learn to enjoy the progress? So celebrate the small wins and make sure that, because they build momentum for the big ones. Another thing on gratitude is gratitude can shift your perspective even on tough days. That's self-explanatory, guys. And you can also challenge yourself to see the value in everything. You know, there are those gratitude jars. You can, if it's hard, if you are a negative person and if you want to work on your gratitude, you can also start you can also start the gratitude jar every day. But you start writing what you're grateful for 1 year, and at the end of the year or at the end of the month, you go back reading them. And doing that, guys, helps you to be positive, helps you to see the beauty in life, and helps you to live at the moment. You just don't do it for that. It helps you to live at the moment. Sometimes you might be taking it for granted for where you are, just wanting more, and you don't realize that where you are is actually a blessing. So the last point, guys, is gratitude is always a must. That's the end of my points, guys. Hope you guys have learned something. Hope you guys I've picked a few things or two, so that you guys don't have to go through the same mistakes that I did for you to learn these things. That's why I'm here. I'm going to teach you guys what I learned, as you teach me, guys, what you learned in life. So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe if you found the video interesting. And on my next video, guys, I'll be talking to you guys about more topics that I've gone through today. I have so many topics. I can talk to you guys about money personalities. If you guys are interested, I have so many things in tuned, guys. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for liking the video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, bye, loves.